good to be back. Let's play the national anthem.
Can you see the writing on the wall? See it now, do you see it at all? Caught in a web of lies, tangled so tight, fast like a window, clear in the night. Look at your reflection, truth so thin, can't hide behind that crooked grin. We see through you like shattered glass. These deceitful days can't forever last. Cecil, can you hear the voices calling now? Truth gonna break you, take away your doubt. No more hiding, no more disguise. Watch the truth burn the look in your eyes. Your secret's all a dead giveaway. Reality knocking, there's hell to pay. You can't run from the fake you spun. Darkness falls, truth will come undone. Past mistakes, your story's mold. Can't keep up, the lies growing old. Transparent soul, nowhere to hide. In the shadows, truth collides. Cecil, can you hear the voices calling now? Truth gonna break you, take away your doubt. No more hiding, no more disguise. Watch the truth burn the look in your eyes.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Technical difficulties. You're watching the Krusty Rabbit Hole. It's a long time no see. The reason why I'm back is because Cecil has decided to start World War 150 or 60 at this point. Because in the last 24 hours, he's gone kind of nuts. What happens with Cecil is he doubles down, he loses his rag, he puts out these random videos while he's washing his dishes, and then he goes quiet for a couple of weeks. And while he's quiet for those 2 weeks, the frustration builds up. So Cecil has a lot of frustration to release, and he has put it on a channel called that squiggly thing, No Face. And he thought nobody would find it. Of course, I didn't have to look for it because I got tagged in a post from Master Shredder. Now, there's been a couple of videos attacking Master Shredder and Random News, which I should have recorded. I didn't know if I was going to be covering him again, and he deleted the videos. But he put up 2 videos, one after another, just recently before this video, and I'm just going to cover those. Not that there's much to cover, I reckon, but you know, I keep wondering why Cecil actually went away. And what I'm thinking is, because he lost his job, I reckon his wife told him, you need to cut this shit out. It's all this shit on YouTube that's causing you all this trouble, so you need to stop. She done it before. Now, he deletes the channel. I reckon this time he has deleted it because he would, if he, you know, at this particular point, he would have brought the channel back up and used that rather than this brand new channel called No Face. from a two-faced fucker like Cecil, but I reckon Hetty doesn't know anything about this channel, and he set it up hoping that she wouldn't find out, and hoping we wouldn't find out, but we have. Now, going to go into an older video that I haven't covered, and then I'm going to go to the two videos. Now, I didn't do any research into these last two videos because I just got them. One of them is titled Order of Beg for Food. He's attacking Order of Magnitude. As far as I know, Order of Magnitude is kind of busy. So I don't know if he put up a post or made a video or anything like that. I didn't check. So I don't know what rattled him. But very often, sometimes, he all of a sudden gets rattled by somebody that hasn't said anything to him for months. So I'm going to start with an older video, and we take it from there. There's a kind of a community here. They like sort of these kind of long videos where they look for people's opinions rather than just watching Cecil's videos. They like to see some commentary and like to see somebody sort of challenging what he's saying and stuff like that. You know, it's not a huge amount of views, it's not a huge amount of traction or anything like that, but it's kind of developed a community, and that's kind of what I missed over here. I don't miss the drama at all. I've got things in my my real life that I'm dealing with right now, and I don't really want to talk about them, but yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, I don't particularly want to get into drama with this guy again, because it's a waste of time. And these particular 3 videos that we're going to cover today, of course it's a waste of time. It's the same old stuff, but let's get into it anyway. Right, let's hope everything is still going well here. Oh, I have to bring it over here. Here we go.
Shredder, you're slower than all hell, ain't you?
You know, that kind of is a bit rich coming from Cecil, because over the last couple of years, now he's covered it up by deleting his channel, he comes out with statements and then debunks them with the next video, not remembering what he said the first time, which, you know, just debunks lie after lie that he does. You know, I would say this guy is a lot more slower than any of us. We were quick enough to fucking, you know, figure out his bullshit and that. But, yeah, this is another one of these rants where he's preparing food or something.
By the way, I screenshot everything.
Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. You can screenshot all you want. It doesn't make any difference. You know, this idea that I'm going to screenshot all this evidence and I'm going to bring it to a lawyer and that, it's all bollocks. Because he's been threatening lawyers for the last number of years, 5 or 6 years.
If you don't think I've talked to a lawyer...
See?
On a serious note...
No, Cecil, you talk to a liar. There's a big difference.
You're fucking delusional. Like...
But how are we supposed to believe you when you say that you're talking to a lawyer over and over again and nothing happens? Excuse the noise outside. It's rally weekend. It's Donegal International Rally. It's a very big event in Ireland. In London, France, sorry.
Straight up. You harassed me relentlessly for over 10 years now, buddy.
No, that would not be harassment. It's making you accountable for your actions, which you still haven't done, actually. God, look at that haircut. You're in the army now. Oh, you're in the army.
If you think I'm not going to do something about it, you're wrong. I make a little tiny channel to stock up some little old videos.
And you were hoping that we wouldn't find it, and fucking you did. You bastard!
You know, and this goofball wants to continue to harass me, lie on me, spread more fake videos about me so bad that he doesn't even want me to leave YouTube, that he's still looking for me on YouTube.
Alright, hold on a wee second there, just go back a couple of seconds. Right, see there. I noticed that in a number of his videos where there seems to be a leak in the roof or something. Now, the last couple of videos that Cecil had put out, which were deleted now, was attacking people for saying that it's mold and stuff. I reckon he's got a leaky roof, because that's not the only place I've seen it on this video. Earlier on, when he was over this direction over here to the left, there is another area where there's water damage. So I reckon he's possibly got a dodgy roof or plumbing or something. But there isn't such thing as paint.
On YouTube. Still looking for me. So you're still looking at my Facebook page. You're still trolling. Fake accounts. You know the shit you do is little kid shit? You created a fake account of my cousin Samantha. You show up with the comment.
Jeez, that's bad. He said in the last video which he deleted, he says that's there for the last 10 years. I didn't see that in previous videos. So I reckon there's a problem in the roof space somewhere.
Section, and you say, my cousin Cecil, I forgive him for what he did. Like my cousin Samantha, you're an idiot. I've lived with my cousin Samantha almost all my life.
I pity her so much to have to listen to you. I actually enjoyed the break of a couple of months. And my life has got so bad that I'm back responding to you with the same old shit. What have I done with my life?
Her dad raised me. So you're trolling my cousin. My cousin Samantha has never said these things about me. Never.
To be clear, I don't know anything about this argument. Now, there's things going on behind the scene that I don't know about. So Master Shredder must have some contacts. I've been out of the scene a couple of months, so I'm not sort of up to date on everything and that. But, you know, when you look at some of these videos, it's the same old shit. He point blank won't take accountability for anything. If he could take accountability for things that he's done and change his behaviour, some people will actually turn around and sort of respect him in some way, and some people would just leave him alone. Now, he would be always stuck with trolls. That was his own making. That's why you have to be very careful of what you say on the internet. But his wife a number of times says he says too much on YouTube. And he says he learned from that. He has not. He constantly doxes himself. And then he blames his viewers, which we've been blamed for a number of times. People know his phone number, his flipping address, where he worked. That's what got, you know, the last job that he was in. You know, that's what happened there. You know, he's his own worst enemy. We don't have to do an awful lot. If we stopped making videos, we stopped covering this LolCow, he would just bury himself by doing the things he does and saying the things he says. We don't have to do anything. We're just sitting back and watching the car crash occur and commentating on it. That's all I'm fucking doing. Nothing I say from this point onwards will have any effect on Cecil. Cecil will do his own thing and be his own downfall unless he has a come to Jesus moment, which hasn't gone. I was hoping at some point that he would turn around and think about what he does on YouTube, what he says on the internet, what he shares, keeping his private life private, taking accountability, all that kind of thing. But no, he continues to fucking step on dog shit, which is kind of funny at times.
You're a moron. Then you go around trying to say that my brother Joey is Charlie Michael, my cousin Charlie Michael, which is Samantha's brother. Lie after lie after lie after lie.
Hold on a second. I have something to say. Hold on a second. Cecil has got nothing to fight with at this point, so he's taking these nitpicky things to try and prove that Master Shredder is a liar. He does that all the time. And when it came to making Cecil take accountability, Cecil would attack back. For example, he would attack back at random news and say that he edits videos and he misinterprets the truth. And the example he brings up is parody videos, segments that were put together and were classified as fiction based on true events and classified as a parody. But Cecil wanted to use that to prove that Random News is a liar. It didn't help him at all, but he thinks that was a win. He only made a fool of himself. All the other things, bar the parodies that were, for entertainment purposes, the rest of the documentaries, you could say that there are documentaries, were based on facts and not having to dig an awful lot and just let Cecil expose himself. And then the contradictions, because Random News was able to get videos from way back in history, he could put those together and showed where he contradicted himself. That's the great thing about Random News. He was willing to put in the effort, the time, which I'm not willing to do, to put together a proper picture of what Cecil is saying and what he's lying about, with examples of how he lied, with other things that he's said. I'm not willing to go into that far. To me, Random News puts it together perfectly. Order of Magnitude used to cover his videos like this, just like me, so we're just real-time reporters. Random News gets all our information, all Cecil's information, and puts it into a nice, well-presented program. He deserves more flipping subscribers than 3.7 thousand subscribers. The stuff that he does and the work that he does is absolutely amazing. But anyway, let's go.
To chop up a bunch of fucking videos.
There we go. You're talking about parodies again. That's what he's referring to. That's what he's referring to when it comes to Random News. The parodies. That's the only examples he brought up. He wasn't willing to debunk the facts within those documentaries. He stayed a fucking mile away from them. And once that he tried, he cut the video short because he knew he was going to step in shite. So he played it safe and he debunked the parodies and made a complete fool of himself. We're not stupid, like.
Of me defending myself against you and your crew.
No. Cecil doesn't defend himself. He just makes things worse. And all he does is resort to name calling. You're a loser, you got no teeth or whatever, all this kind of shit. That's all he does. And when a person resorts to that kind of name calling, that, you know he's got nothing left in the tank.
For 10 years. You chop them all together and try to make fake videos about them.
No. They're parodies. Parodies. The subject matter of those videos that were done in a documentary style was based on facts and was facts. The little segments in between, like a little commercial breaks, they were parodies, Cecil. Based to sort of, they're designed to put a bit of comedy into a serious situation, which your situation is.
They try to paint me as a bad person because you think it's funny to get me fired from places.
The only person that gets himself fired is Cecil. If I was an owner of a company and this guy was in my company, then all of a sudden somebody calls me and says, do you know that you're working with this guy? And I go through his YouTube. I'm going to have serious questions to ask concerning the videos on YouTube. Because no matter what company I'm running or whatever, it's going to affect the company, the other employees within that company, etc., etc. Now, you know, other employees have come forward, says he acts like a creep and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, coming up to new employees and say, you know, hi, my name is Cecil. By the way, there's videos on me on YouTube and they're not true. You know, when I was 15, 16, 17, living with my aunt. That's an edited video. But don't watch it. Kind of thing. What are they going to do when they go home? They're going to flip and watch it. They're going to come back in the next day and they're going to see you in a completely different light. And no matter how much Cecil says that, you know, that video was edited, in order for that video to be edited, a number of other videos had to be edited as well. And we all know at this point, there's no point arguing about edited videos and all this bullshit. It didn't happen. He said what he says. He could have turned the situation around, but that ship has sailed a long time ago, because Cecil can't get over being a compulsive liar. He just can't help it. And I don't think he's ever going to change in that way.
And to get people to second guess this.
No, we didn't have the second guess. Cecil. I was a supporter of Order of Magnitude. We were in the same genre kind of thing. We grew up around the PX TV and that kind of thing. When the paranormal was kicking off in 2016, 2017, all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, Cecil started, or Order of Magnitude started bringing up you. And because you were sort of in the genre, he thought it would fit in with his channel. He really should have put it on a different channel, but, you know, that's done and dusted. Now, I was saying, I'm here supporting Order of Magnitude for the paranormal stuff, the ghost box and all that kind of stuff. What the fuck am I watching? And after a number of videos, I wrote a message. What are we doing here? You know. And then I decided rather than taking order of magnitude's word for it, but I didn't really have to, because order of magnitude was doing exactly what I'm doing now, bringing up Cecil's video and going through it, using his words, your words, as in Cecil. But I still had to fucking investigate, and then I found out, yeah, he is a fucking dodgy character. Fucking hell. You know? But this is the same old shit, though.
It's a version of me.
A fake version of you. No, you see, the thing is, Cecil is still battling this fucking parody shit. We're not stupid, Cecil. Only a dumbass would fucking fall for that. Or the Random News has already said that you were fighting a defence with a parody video. You goose.
You followed me to my jobs. You contacted my daughter's school.
Are we making up stories now? Is there any evidence of Master Shredder or Random News or me or Order of Magnitude following you to your school or following you to your work? See, the Cecil at this point is very paranoid. If he sees the same car in his rear view mirror for more than fucking 5 minutes, he's going to think that somebody's following him.
You sent social workers here. You made threats to peeping in my daughter's window.
Well, I think you took that one out of context.
And you try to justify it with your lies about me. You're a sick individual.
So, you're saying that he's a sick individual. A person that was, when he was 15, 16, 17, he was living with his aunt. And he was babysitting 2 kids. And he done things to those 2 kids. And you're calling this other person a sick individual? I think you got it around the wrong way there, buddy.
Is what you are. And all this because you lie and say I abuse my animals?
Oh, yes. I don't need to bring up the fucking video. Master Shredder has it on his channel. I've already covered this. If you just put in animal abuse into my search, you'll probably find it. Where a cat was on a counter or on a chest of drawers, walking on Cecil's stuff, and he set off a taser deliberately to scare the cat. And that taser was, very, very close to this cat. And absolutely scared the shit out of it, which could have given it heart failure. And he's still fucking fighting that that's not cruelty. As well as that, comes to animals, was this kitten that he's fundraising for. Fundraising. Some stray kitten. And he says that the money wasn't going directly to him, it was going to his boss or whatever. And he put up his own flipping Cash App or whatever it was. That's old news as well. He's just constantly fucking just lies and lies and lies.
Because I lit off the taser in the same room that 1 out of 5 of my cats were at.
Yes, and the taser was within that much. It was very close. As well as that, cats and dogs have a very sensitive to electromagnetic fields. That is an extremely high magnetic field to be close to that cat. That cat was scared and more than one way.
My pets love me, you idiot. Me and my wife are advocates against animal abuse.
No. Your cat, your wife is into the cats. You're into your dog, but you made a fool of yourself, applying for to be a farmhand. Was Ryan Upchurch's property, and says if he has to move, we'd get rid of the 5 cats. And that's not a very nice way of putting things. So I don't think you give two shits about them cats.
But it doesn't stop you from lying. At all. You're just a relentless, evil, low-life son of a bitch.
That's what happens when you have nothing good to say. You just come out with random name calling. It's just an empty kettle making a lot of noise.
And the funny thing is, it never affected my life.
Are we still recording?
You've had to use old co-workers and people who didn't know any better. People who don't know the backstory about you. You had to use people that were no tool against me, like.
Well, some of the things that they've said was very compelling. Let's just say.
You reached out to family members, it didn't work. You reached out to the system, it didn't work. Nothing that you've ever done has ever worked. So I don't even know why you keep trying.
Well, the thing is, you see, we've got small channels here. And it's not that we're looking for clout. A lot of these channels, they're drama channels. It's what they make their money on. Us, on the other hand, it's more activism. We want to make people aware that, you know, of your tendencies in your history and stuff like that. You go to a drama channel with Cecil's content, the drama channel 9 times out of 10 is going to say, fuck that, I'm not touching that. Do you know? When it comes to fucking abuse cases like this, they won't touch it with a fucking barge pole. And we done it for the activism. The content that we have to talk about would get us demonetized. And we still hadn't fucking done it because we've seen people, the women in chats getting abused by this guy, and we're not gonna put up with that shit anymore. Do you know? I've seen firsthand Cecil calling this woman every name under the sun. It was a woman in the paranormal community. It was my first incident that I've seen. You know, came up on panel on a show. A friend of Order of Magnitude. I can't remember what his name is. The guy used to call Cecil Turtle. Fuck, my brain isn't working. But I see him come up on a panel on his show, and this other woman, Zara, and the name he didn't call this woman. It was fucking disgusting. And these relentless attacks on women in chats and stuff like that, you know, amongst the other things, you know.
And second, this channel right here is just a place to store old videos.
I've got hard drives, external hard drives. You could do it there. Why do we have to see them? What? Just to store old videos. Everything I do, apart from what's on this channel, is backed up. You know, my other channel is backed up 100% by external hard drives and stuff like that. If you don't want to put it out to the public or not wanting to grow a channel, Why don't you just make the videos and put them on hard drives? Then you have them. I think there's another reason why you set up this channel. You thought that we wouldn't find you. And then you would try and attack us behind our backs. But it didn't work, did it?
To store old videos. I'm not trying to grow a channel. So you're that obsessed with me.
But you've accused us of trying to grow channel and try and get clout off you. We're not going to get clout off you. The subject matter that we talk about is way too dark for us to fucking grow. That's why I'd said the order of magnitude should have set up a different channel for talking about this guy.
That I can't even have a tiny account of anything. Because you want my attention so bad.
Jesus, fucking hell, I'm PTSD looking at this guy now. I haven't seen this guy in about 2 months. And I didn't really want to see him again, and now I have to fucking face him again. Fuck's sake. Anyway, continue. Fuck's sake.
You're mentally disturbed. That's a fact.
That's a fact coming from Dr. Cecil, who keeps telling everybody that they're all mentally ill while displaying behaviour that is very, very questionable. I understand, Cecil. You're just trying to attack back. You know, and you've nothing better to attack back with by just labelling people fucking retards and mentally ill and all that kind of stuff. I understand. It's just bollocks.
But you know what? I'm not going to use this channel to go back and forth with you. I haven't watched...
It's a bit late now. That ship is already sailed. I mean, how many videos have you put out? You've put out about 6 or 7 videos attacking people already. So, no, I don't think that's... You know, he keeps saying, I'm not going to talk about the drama anymore. I'm going to do my paranormal here. And he just keeps... just every flipping time. And every channel, bar one that I've seen, one had just music on it. Every other channel was all this drama that he has made for himself. Every other channel always edges up like this, ends up in a mess. Do you know? What was Cecil, the name of Cecil's channel before? It was called High Street Paranormal. There was very little of the paranormal subject on that channel. It was all this over 1 or 2 incidents that he just decided I'm not going to take any responsibility for it. I know I said it 10 years ago, but that video was edited, which it wasn't. 1 or 2 videos could have fucking sorted out all this shit, but he just decided I'm going to just climb into this tangled mess and I'm going to just try and work my way out of it, making a fool of himself as he does.
In your fake videos that you've done about me in years, so I don't know what it is that you plan on doing, but it doesn't matter. It really don't matter. Honestly, it don't.
Here's the thing too, you know, when it comes to random news and it comes to Cecil, random news gets more views on other people than he does get in Cecil, but he still will cover Cecil because I think he thinks it's an important subject to talk about. You know, as well as that, it's funny fucking debunking his lies.
I don't do paranormal on this channel.
You didn't do it anyway before. You thought you done paranormal. You were just copying Zach Bagans. That's all you were doing. You were copying what you seen on TV. You weren't doing any paranormal research. You were just copying other people. You never got out of that phase of copying other people. A lot of people, including myself, that got into the paranormal, we were influenced by what we seen on YouTube. But then when we started doing it, we started picking holes. You know, some of these videos, they're hyped up to make it exciting for the viewer and that, but some of it is a kind of stretching the truth here. You know, oh, going into the graveyards in the middle of the night, scary and all the rest of it. Going into the graveyard in the middle of the fucking night is one of the most peaceful things you could experience. You know, and, you know, this genre of paranormal is so scary and demons in the basement and all this shite, it's all bollocks. But Cecil never got out of the phase of picking apart what he watches and being a critic that makes him a good investigator. Do you know? He never got out of that stage. Just a big fucking fanboy for Zach Bagans. Who's you know, he went to college for acting, like, you know what I mean?
I uploaded some old cover songs that I was doing. I uploaded some videos of my daughter and some school stuff.
And you covered Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, which is a great song, and you made a balls of it. But that's beside the point. Your music is not my thing, but you know, everybody needs a hobby. I understand. But Jesus, I can't get over the way you fucking butchered that song. I'm sorry.
For choir, I've got to travel recently, so I tried to help promote small companies that were trying to grow. Like, I'm not trying to grow a channel, so I don't even...
I'm looking at the cat at this point. The cat is more entertaining. Hello, cat. That must be his favourite spot. Yeah, there's so many videos we've had, you know, as Cecil's kitchen rants. The kitchen rants are back, folks. That we're like cats on top of the fucking fridge. People are going to start making AI videos of Cecil's kitchen rant with the cat on top of the fridge. I can't do it, but people will do it.
Why are you wasting your time? And every troll account that shows up will be blocked.
See, Cecil has started up this channel again. That's why he says, why don't you just put videos on hard drives and be done with it, like? Why do you want to display it to the public when you don't want engagement? Why set up a YouTube channel when engagement is part of the process? You will not grow on YouTube unless you have engagement, but you turned engagement off because you're too pussy to fucking to debate your critiques. And that, you know, that's happened over and over the years. And now you're stuck with this fucking, you know, you're just trolled wherever you go. That's nobody else's fault but yours. All you had to do is take accountability and try to be a better person and be some sort of remorseful for what you did and that, but you're not. Do you know? And you just keep fighting back with fucking vile and name calling and shit like that. Nobody respects that. All you're doing is standing there fucking name calling other people, and the only reason you're doing that is because they can't react back. But the one way that they can react back is making another channel and responding to what you say. And that's why I'm doing this, because I can't comment on your channel. Cecil is the reason that the Krusty Rabbit Hole channel exists, and he even named the channel for me as well. He called me, he said I had a crusty butthole or something. I don't know how he seen my butthole, but he called me a crusty butthole, so I just thought I would add that into the name of the channel. So Cecil, thanks for the channel. For fuck's sake.
Everything will be blocked. Screenshot and blocked.
Yeah, because you're pussy.
So
you're a bigger pussy than that cat on the fridge.
I'm not here to try to pursue any paranormal research. Because
You'd never done research in the first place. Stop saying research, please. Fuck's sake, that pisses me off. It's like somebody leaving the toothpaste with the cap off. One of them annoying things. Him saying research just fucks me right off.
I see that there's mentally disturbed people
This is Dr. Cecil.
on this YouTube place who strive to destroy people's names?
Well, you see, sir, if you hate YouTube so much, why are you still here? Honestly, why the fuck are you still here? If you're not going to take responsibility, just fuck off and leave us all alone. you see, the thing is, probably nobody said anything to you in the last couple of months, but you decided you have to release your frustration on that, and you trigger people to respond. I haven't talked to you about you in 2 months, and I decided I'm going to cover this because the drama's kicking off again. The last thing I want in my life right now is drama, but you know, here we go.
With lies, people try to ruin each other, and they use lies to do it. So
Listen. You think, and you said this before, that if you go on YouTube, you're going to get lots of hate. You're going to get the same treatment as you're getting. Why are we not getting the same shit? Even Master Shredder, he says, why am I not getting any people trolling the fuck out of me? I've not, you know what I mean? I'd like to have somebody that disagrees with me so I can fuck with. You know, I just want someone to fuck with me, and nobody is. You know why? Because they all agree with him. And it's very, very unusual when it comes to drama that everybody's on the same side. This has been a fucking easy street for all of us the last number of years, because we don't generally get people that fucking disagree with us. They might disagree with 1 or 2 takes that we have, but the overall subject in relation to you accusing us of fucking editing videos when you said that you done things to children when you were 15, 16 and 17, I haven't seen anybody that disagreed inside our circle of subscribers. Seen 2 videos standing up for you, and as far as I know, those 2 people are connected. One of those people stood up for Cyrex. That's a red flag. I don't know if the videos still exist or not, but you know, that's the only people that fucking actually stood up for you. People that stood up for Cyrex.
you want to be relevant so bad that you want me to be on YouTube. You want me to be here trying to grow a channel. I don't even have 10 subscribers on this little bitty channel. And you just can't help yourself. You're a lowlife. You try to ruin a good family by spreading lies.
No. You ruin your own situation, your own life, by just constantly lying on the internet. And as people says, before, why don't you just shut the fuck up? You can't be called out for something you haven't said. But you can't help yourself, can you? Does your wife know that this channel of yours exists? Called @NoFace. Does she know about it? Because I reckon she was a major part of you taking down that other channel, because it was ruining all your lives. Because you dox your phone number, you dox your address, everybody knows where you live.
Almost everything that you say in the videos that I've heard about
It's a lie.
have been lies.
And it won't prove that at all. See, this is, as they say, empty kettles make the most noise. He doesn't back that up with anything. Random news does. Do you know? And he won't touch those videos with a barge pole because he can't. And if I was in his situation, the last person I would be attacking is Random News, because he's got all the evidence in the bag, everything. I know myself, Order of Magnitude, has a fucking history of fucking stuff that we can't see anymore. You know, they reacting to original videos and that the Cecil doesn't have anymore. Well, you know, the video, most of the videos have been taken down. Cecil deleted his channel, but he has stuff going back for fucking years and that. And it's, you know, the last people he should be fucking attacking is us, because Cecil at times he knows he fucks up and he hides videos. He had one particular video where I had a conversation with him in the chat, and he admitted to, you know, the 15, 16, 17 living with my aunt. He admitted to things, and then the minute the video was over, I got blocked, and I got blocked, and he deleted the video. And in the chat, when he says, right, you've admitted to doing something. Now this is in the end. What you need to do is you need to make a video making that statement, and be apologetic about it and all the rest of it, and just move on with your life, man. You know, just, you got it off your chest. The reason why it's in the public in the first place is because you brought it to the public. Make a public statement, be regretful, be sorry, you know, apologize to whoever you have to apologize, and just move on, and then that's it, all over. It's done. Brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. It's done. You know, we all fuck up. You know, his fuck ups are you know, a little bit more than the average, let's just say. But if you're remorseful and you're really sorry and you're trying to make changes in your life, that's a reason for people like me to just fucking leave you alone to fuck, you know? And I thought, yeah, this is over. The minute the fucking live stream finished, it was gone. There is 2 other fucking live streams on another channel where I was interacting with him. And at that time I was called Paranormal Pigeon. And I was using that channel to interact with him because I got blocked a number of times. But there was three live streams where we dished a lot of this shit out. Now, he lied to my face a number of times, but in one particular live stream, he slipped out. He admitted to things, and then he discovered after the fucking live stream, I was just, what the fuck have I done? I just admitted to it. Now I'm fucked. And he deleted it, blocked me, and then he came up with a live stream, started fucking attacking me, sort of thing. And I think that's gone now as well. But yeah, he could have fucking sorted this out a long time ago. But he has to be right. He has to be the one that's in the right all the time. And we're not always in the right all the time. Sometimes we have to take responsibilities for our actions.
And until you can learn to be honest,
go on.
there's nothing to debate with you, bro.
Well, that exactly. There's nothing to debate with Cecil anymore, because this is all you're going to get. You know, but Cecil's always going to be known as the guy that touched those kids. That's Cecil guy. That's the guy that touched those kids. That's what he's known as. And do you know whose fault that is? It's fucking his. It's got nothing to do with me, Order of Magnitude, or any of those. It's his fucking what came out of his mouth. We just highlighted it. And, you know, he just constantly lies. And then Random News brings up the lie and brings up the time where he contradicted himself. And he's still, I mean, like, If I was if I was in a situation where random news was fucking coming after me, and he was coming out with that evidence, I'm going, fucking, I'm fucked. I need to come off the internet because I can't. There's no way I can fucking fight this. The evidence, he's just brought up the evidence, and he just brought up where I contradicted myself. I'm fucked. I'm either going to have to go, yeah, my bad, or yeah, I'm going to come off the internet and I'm not going to say anything. Because everything you do say can be taken down and used as evidence against you, which you have been fucking... You've been like Santa Claus, you've been bringing the gifts, boy.
There's nothing to say. You're not even worth my time. I'm not going to sit there and argue with a liar.
Well, that's what you've been doing, though. That's the thing. You argue all the time, but with the same points. And I'm not going to keep going around in circles with you, to be honest with you. Do you know this thing about the videos edited and all this other shit? Not going to fucking listen to you. Not going to fucking respond to it because, as I said, if that video was edited, a number of other videos had to be edited as well because you fucking said the same thing in some of the other videos too. But apparently they're all edited in some way. And I've gone through this shit. Do you know, to come on here in the paranormal genre where some people actually do paranormal research and actually do put in some fucking really boring and strenuous work with EVPs and shit, when you'd think we'd put that through a fucking piece of software to figure out where the fucking cuts are. You fucking clown. Fucking hell, Cecil. You are so dumb. You came to the with the wrong. You came to the wrong place for that. Because a person that you look at fucking TV shows. A lot of these TV shows that show the EVP. They'll show the EVP enhanced and cleaned up. They don't show you the process of cleaning it up. That's the long boring shit that we fucking do. And that's the software and that's the bits and pieces that we used to show that there's no cuts in the video. Yet, Cecil doesn't understand that and he does paranormal research. Doesn't add up. As well as that, he's into music. He's into fucking recording music. When you'd think he would know. But he doesn't. It's strange to me. But you came to the wrong fucking place with that shit. Because I seen right through that stuff. Oh! No goodbye or any of that shite. Right, how do I get out of this one? That was fucking 7 minutes and I've already spent an hour on it. That's fucking crazy. Right, which is the next one? Oh, they order a beg for food. I don't know. I haven't looked into why he's attacked Order of Magnitude. Has Order of Magnitude brought up a post ranting, or did he not just... Did he say nothing and Cecil just... It just came into Cecil's head and he had to come out with it. I don't know. But here we go. Fucking hell.
Liar and a scammer. It's awful funny, but you're sitting there supporting liars. It's awful funny that Order of Magnitude said that I'm a liar and a scammer.
Well, you are.
It's awful funny, but you're sitting there supporting liars and scammers. That's pretty fucking hilarious to me, you dumb fuck. And let me put it like this. Any normal person who doesn't like another YouTuber, you know what they do? They don't watch them.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they're strongly... If they're coming up with stuff that you have come up with, they're going to have something to say. And this is a platform for to say that. To respond to that. That's what comment sections are for. Shit like that. You expect people just to ignore you when you come out with shit that you come out with? It's not the way things work around here, Cecil. You should know that more than anybody else, like. He's washing the fucking dishes while he's making this video. All the time you have in the world, and you make this video, and you don't even make a video, you just have a camera on facing down, and it's just a voice recording.
There's a difference between, you know, not liking a YouTuber and just totally ignoring them, and harassing somebody for fun and bragging rights.
But the thing is, Cecil, you got into a fight with me over one comment. All you had to do was reply to the comment. You didn't have to fucking start making videos and calling me fucking toothless and fat and all this kind of shit. And saying that I shit myself and all that kind of stuff. All you had to do is reply to the fucking comment. That's all you had to do. But no, you had to fucking... I put out a comment, and I actually thought I was commenting on order of magnitude, one of order of magnitude's posts of something to do with guns. And order of magnitude posts a video where Cecil was talking about guns. And I clicked on the video, and then underneath it I put a comment for order of magnitude, not realising that I didn't put it on the post, I put it on the video, and Cecil saw it and he lost his shit. And he started making videos on me, and then I said, right, I'm starting up a channel. If you want to do it this way, let's do it. So that's where Robert Did It channel started off, I think. Or this one, I can't fucking remember, but that's what got me started. Because he can't just fucking reply to a comment. He's got no creative brain to make videos, so all he's doing is he's actually making content from our responses. If we weren't around, he wouldn't have any content. You know?
Let's keep it real, Mr. Order a Bag of Food. For one, you're all the way in another country, so
Yeah, he's in London, France, a bit like myself.
you're not held accountable for anything you say or do to people over here. Two,
But the thing is, Cecil, if we say some fucked up shit, our countries are way more stricter over here than they are in your country. We have to. There's no such thing as freedom of speech over here. Let's just say. So you know you're fucking wrong there. You're talking about suing people and that. Those things can be done. As far as I know.
we all know that you're only going after me because
I stood up for Steve Hope. I mean, I need an A and a B. I stood up for Steve Hope. I can't think of any other one. Right, let's just see if I'm right.
I defended Steve Huff.
Yes! Absolutely! I'm psychic, you guys. I just wanted to tell you that. I'm more psychic than Cecil. Fucking hell. No, Cecil. I don't know the ins and outs of you and Steve Huff and Order of Magnitude, but Order of Magnitude, as far as I know, was trying to educate you in why he has a certain view on these wonder boxes and stuff, and selling them for $7,000 and $10,000. Cecil, I am sitting on front of an equipment setup here that has a pedal board with 7 pedals and a mixer going into an amplifier that's connected to my spirit box. I got more equipment wired up to an amplifier than these wonder boxes. And that equipment didn't add up to $7 to $10 or $15,000. Now I didn't take them off the board, the pedal board, and stick them on the side of the amplifier and paint them and put crystals and all that shite on them, which doesn't do anything in ITC. But see, Steve Hope was trying to make a brand, but he was trying to come up with a product by using other products already on the market and just sticking them together. Thing is, a guitarist connects up a pedal board to an amplifier and the microphone and all that kind of shit. That's not an invention, that's just setting up. I have the same setup as Steve Huff, but it's a setup. It's not a product. It's not a wonder box. It's an amplifier, pedals, and they're all wired up, and that's a setup. Taking those pedals off and sticking them on a box and painting them different colours and stuff, and painting them gold and putting crystals on it, that's not a product. That's just a number of products stuck together. You know, if Steve Huff had any sense at the time, he should have come out with his own spirit box. If he wasn't into electronics, he could have got somebody that was into electronics to make the board, and then he could have made the fancy box, or got somebody else to make the fancy box. But instead, he got brand products. Here we have a Decimator 2 that I use because I actually had talked to Steve on and off. A Decimator 2 and a couple other things, and stuck them on the side of the thing, and it's now called a wonder box or a bridge or that kind of thing. Now it's got its advantages and disadvantages, but the thing was, he was selling these to grieving people, which is his audience. A lot of his audience is grieving people, for $7,000 to $15,000 or something like that. The maths, it didn't add up, and to me that's a scam. When you can go to Amazon, you can buy your pedals, or eBay for the Decimator 2. It's kind of expensive now. Get an amplifier, buy it off eBay or Amazon or wherever you get your stuff, and get some cables and put it together yourself. You don't even have to stick it to the box. It's the same thing. And you add all that up, it's not going to come to $7,000 to $10,000. You know? And then this thing about a famous person dies, there's a big race. Who's the first person to make a celebrity spirit box session? Now, no one has talked about Steve Huff in a long time, because I think he's moved on to other things. Josh, on the other hand, is still doing it. Now, I had talked to Josh, and I still fucking disagree with what he's doing. But you're weaponizing Steve Huff for your situation. Steve Huff has got nothing to do with your situation, Cecil. Order of magnitude would have probably given you a couple of comments. Steve Huff, you need to be careful there. He wouldn't have gone on for fucking years about it. The reason why he's gone on this long on you is because when you were 15, 16, 17, you were living with your aunt and you'd done some things. That's the fucking reason. You keep trying to avoid that by using Steve Huff. I'm sure Steve Huff is not going to be pleased with you using him as a weapon. So please stop. Because I do have contacts. I do have contacts. And I do have contact with Steve Huff if I have to. So stop.
We all know that, what's his name? Bucket.
Random news.
In Random News, who is really a nobody. He not only
See, I told you it was psychic.
harasses me, but he harasses other people.
He's going to bring up the point. Let me think. Is it something to do with Kanika Jenkins? When it's order of magnitude, it's always Steve Huff. When it's random news, it's to do with Kanika Jenkins. Another weapon he's using.
Don't agree with how Kanika died. That's why he don't like me.
But you can look up how Kanika died. It's not the way you fucking think it did. And you've been following all these fucking idiots. The random news covers, and they're all idiots. Candace Starr. You stood up for Candace Starr a while back. Now you don't fucking agree with her at all. But you stood up for Candace Starr before because you're an idiot. You couldn't see the fucking you couldn't see the fucking what was in front of you. A person that is just a complete and utter clout chaser, that's just begging for attention, that obviously needs some fucking mental help. She's done. Fuck's sake. Do you know, the parents of that person that died, Kanika Jenkins, I'm sure the mother had said at one point for everybody to stop talking shit. To stop this shite. And you said that you stopped for the most part. But you couldn't help it because every time you put Kanika Jenkins' name into a title of a video, you were getting views. And you were addicted to those views. So you kept doing it. You didn't give two fucks about Kanika Jenkins. And any of those other people had no fucking respect for Kanika Jenkins. They saw that once they started talking about Kanika Jenkins and put a thumbnail on a title, they were making bank. And they made money. Now, I don't think Cecil made a huge amount of money, but other people did. But you joined the club. All these fucking conspiracy theories from absolute nut jobs. And then Random News goes and he breaks them down too. So fucking Random News has been a great fucking help when it came to the fucking paranormal and this fucking conspiracy shite. Especially when it comes to fucking Candace Starr. Fuck's sake.
And we all know that Master Shredder doesn't like me because he said that
I fucking don't know. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Went after his kid when I didn't.
Huh? That's news to me.
He also said that I told his child to kill herself.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That came up on a Random News video. Cecil has had hid from his channel for some time. You don't fucking do shit like that on YouTube, Cecil, for fuck's sake. It doesn't matter how much they go on you. You block them. You ban them. You don't ban people just for having an opinion. But, you know, or somebody that says something like that, you just ban them. Do you know? Apparently this guy said some horrible things or whatever. Just ban them. Don't come out with the shit you came out with. You stupid fool.
Which technically I didn't. I basically retaliated against a YouTube troll who was threatening to rape, murder, and burn alive my wife and kid.
Cecil, there have been a couple of times where people told me to go kill myself. In Minecraft. Did I go making videos or did I make live streams telling them to go off themselves? Seriously, I had fucking comments telling me to go off myself. Wasn't on this channel now, by the way. Because there is the sort of people out there. But you don't add fuel to the fire and tell them the same thing. Two wrongs don't make a right.
I don't know what type of people you guys are, but the normal person is not going to talk pleasantly to a shithead
No.
who threatens to rape, kill, burn, and murder your family.
Cecil, a normal person would report the incident to YouTube, take a screenshot, send it to the right authorities, like the police, and then shut up. You had no leg to stand on once you came out with that statement, because you were trying to get one up on this guy by saying something even worse, which could have got you banned and should have got you banned. You were very lucky. You need to be thankful that you didn't get banned, because that should have been mass reported. I don't know why you haven't been mass reported, to be honest with you. That's why I'm kind of sick of this, sick of covering Cecil, to be honest with you, because he, just some of the shit he gets away with is something else. But a normal person would block the person and just move on. Don't add fuel to the fire, but Cecil has to.
So, I don't know what you guys expected me to say to a person like that.
Absolutely nothing. That's something children do. They retaliate with worse things that the other person has done. They get one up on it. That's what you did. You acted like a child, and you should have got banned.
Who threatened to rape, torture, burn alive my family, and sacrifice them to the devil. But I know the average person is not going to tolerate somebody like that.
Well, they're not going to. Yeah. But what you said to that person, you don't know who that person is. You don't know if that person is mentally ill or what. Do you know what I mean? Mentally unstable. Obviously, somebody that comes out with shit like you're mentioning, if that's true, because I know you're a liar, but if they did come out with stuff like that, I would question their sanity. Attacking back in the way you did doesn't help the situation. You could have been responsible for somebody doing things in Minecraft, let's just say, because we can't talk about it on YouTube. But Cecil comes out with all these words that we use different words for, but he just comes out with it. If we were to edit everything that Cecil said, we'd be editing videos for hours and hours and hours. I'm not going to do that.
But it's all good. You guys can't turn your head and go watch somebody else that you like. You have to put... And you had enough nerve to sit there and say that, oh, what should we do? Should we waste our time making videos about C-Love because he won't leave YouTube? Nobody has to leave YouTube.
This isn't about leaving YouTube. If you want to make videos on YouTube, fucking make videos. But the thing is, you keep bringing back up the subject. You keep stirring the pot because you want us to talk to you so you can talk to us, because you can't make up content for yourself. And you criticised us for not having creativity. See, so some of us have more than one channel. You were actually subscribed to one of my channels at one point, an ITC channel, which was the second channel. This isn't even the first channel. Do you know, I have a channel where I do paranormal stuff and bring my dog for a walk and go to interesting places and stuff like that. And I edit those videos. Had nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing.
That's the thing. That's what I don't get with trolls. Trolls think they run YouTube like they own this fucking shit. If you don't like somebody, just turn your fucking head and don't subscribe and go subscribe to somebody else.
But that's if you don't like somebody, you can do that. But the thing is, when you're involved in a controversial situation, like when you were 15, 16, 17, living with your aunt and doing things to children, you can't just walk away and say nothing. Some people can, but some people, they're not going to walk away and just let you get away with it and let you fucking lie and then let you fucking keep bullying women online, which you had been doing for years. You say it happened, but as the limited amount of fucking evidence that I was able to get, I was still able to get it from a channel that nobody even talks about. I covered it a while back, where you were going into his community and his words were, you were harassing, or you were bullying the queens, as in the ladies in his community. There was a bit of a war between communities back then, and you were pretty vile in those communities, fucking fighting with women, but you won't stand up to a man.
You guys felt like you won because I left YouTube. Don't you realize the best way to get me to stay off of here is to leave me the fuck alone?
But you see, the thing is, most of us haven't said anything in weeks. You came on and you decided you'd have your rant, so I decided, fuck it, I have some spare time and I'm just going to talk about it. It's not that I'm stuck for content or anything like that. I could be out doing other fucking things.
You guys have lied way too many times to sit there and try to call somebody else a liar and try to say that others aren't truthful when you support people who are not truthful.
Cecil. Every time you call us liars, you need to come up with the fucking receipts. Evidence, Cecil. You never do. Random News, on the other hand, he's got all the receipts. That's where you're kind of fucked.
Who lie continuously with many videos they've made about me.
There's no point in calling us liars, Cecil. If you don't have receipts, you don't have receipts. You can't prove it, so stop. Also, on the other hand, we've got a channel called Random News, where we get our receipts. The public gets the receipts, because Random News puts a lot of fucking effort in putting the receipts together, and he puts them together really well. I know it pisses you off, but you know, that's just a fact. And you can't fucking argue those. You can't argue with those evidence. You have to go to the fucking parodies and fucking argue your case there, which just makes you fucking look stupid.
You support people, order of magnitude, you support people who harass people's families and harass their kids. And now you're trying to drag my cousin Samantha into this.
You see, the thing is, Cecil, the battle is yours. It's not your family's. You're the one who brought your family into it, not us. This wasn't about your daughter, it wasn't about your wife or anything like that. You brought them into it. And then you brought Order of Magnitude's family into it when you bullied his wife in the way you did. The names you called her. You're a vile piece of shit, and I won't forgive you for that. The names that this man has called Order of Magnitude's wife. Fucking, it's upsetting. And that's just the tip of the fucking iceberg. That's why nobody respects you, Cecil.
It's funny. When me, Hetty, and Xander got our first house, Samantha lived there. So, if Samantha thought I was a monster, why would she live in my house?
That's a fucking stupid defense, Cecil. That's a really stupid defense. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Is this guy dumb or something? Do you know, serial killers have families too. Very often the fucking other family members don't know that the person's a serial killer, even though he's a member of the family, like. What kind of a fucking statement is that? You are stupid.
Why would she watch my kid? Why would she be around? Y'all are dumb.
Do you know, he just ends videos there, he doesn't say goodbye or nothing, because he's no respect for anybody. Am I still recording? I know it's stopped a number of times there, so I'm probably going to have to edit the fucking video. Last one. He had to... Before I start... Hold on.
Then you went to my brother-in-law.
Hold on. Are we still recording? We are. Right. This was 20 minutes later or something like that, where all of a sudden he had something that came into his head. It's only 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't have a wide lot to say about it. But it's just, it kind of shows you the way his brain works. And I don't know how he got through the last number of months not saying anything. Just fucking everything's going around in his head and he wants to say stuff and he just can't. Now he's just spilling the tea.
Then you went to my brother-in-law, Charlie, saying...
This is a completely different video, like. And I put in there Cecil versus Order of Magnitude Part 2. And that's probably fucking inaccurate, because I don't even know who he's actually talking about, because it's a completely different video that's 20 minutes apart or something like that. Then you went and... Who starts a video like that? We need a context of what you're talking about here, like. This is what Cecil does. And you have to put things together throughout the video. Oh, that's who he's talking about. But he doesn't give you any context of what he's talking about. He just starts off like this.
Then you went to my brother-in-law, Charlie, saying...
Who?
Babies, man. Protect him from that Cecil guy. And you know what my brother-in-law said? Leave people you don't know alone. By the way, Charlie's around me a lot.
All I'm doing at this moment in time is guessing, because I just don't fucking know what he's talking about. It's either Order of Magnitude or it's Master Shredder. I think he might be talking about Master Shredder in this case, but he didn't tell us. It's a guessing game.
His kids grew up around me. All of them. All his fucking kids. You guys are so dumb. You claim you're protecting children from me? What child have you ever protected from me? None. Because there's never been any in danger of me.
Cecil, like I said earlier on, the stuff that you called women online, the attacks you had on women online, the names that you call them, the bullying in communities, that's what we stopped. That's what we've stopped. And we've made people aware of you, and they stay a mile away from you. That's what we've done.
I'm not a fucking child predator, you fucking retards. You guys need help. At the end of the day, let's be honest. You're mad because you want me off YouTube. So
I personally, I don't give two fucks. I'm sick of this fucking... Sorry, loud cars. The rally weekend. I just want this fucking argument to be over with. And you just take accountability and fucking move on. But you can't do that. I don't give two fucks if you're on YouTube. Sing your fucking songs. Do your paranormal. I don't give two shits. I won't watch that shit. I'll just move on and do something else. But the more... If you come on here and call us liars and that, I'm going to respond. God knows I fucking don't want to. I want to walk away to fuck. And put my energy into something else. But here we are, fucking talking about you again. I have other things to fucking do, like.
you can say that you're the reason I'm no longer on YouTube.
Like I says, I don't give two fucks. This isn't anything about bullying you off YouTube. You're the one that won't take accountability. You're the one that comes online here and fucking bullies women. And actually, you would probably be better if you weren't on YouTube. Because people would be safer. And the things you got away with, I don't understand how you never got banned. You possibly did at one point. I don't fucking know. I think there was a fucking case where he got his fucking channel taken down, according to this other channel I've been looking at, but I don't know. But, you know, he got away with fucking an awful load of fucking shit. Including, you know, the bullying he was doing online to these women, like, in other communities that he had fallen out with this other channel and that, and he just started attacking the people in his chat who were standing up for the other guy. Of course the fucking people in their community going to stand up for the person they're watching and that, you know? But he just attacks back with just name calling and stuff like that. It's not anything, but people can take it to heart at times, you know what I mean?
That's what it's all about. That's how you win. I've already seen Master Shredder sit back and say, we've succeeded on getting this person and that person off YouTube. I'm not going to give up until we win with Cecil.
Cecil's not going to watch this video, so it doesn't make any difference. Master Shredder, some things he says, he does it to wind Cecil up, and Cecil falls for it every fucking time. Let's just say it.
Dude, you spend your whole fucking decade, a whole 10 years messing with me. Dude, I left YouTube and you still went looking for me.
Cecil, you never left YouTube. Never. You keep saying you're going to leave YouTube, you take a break. You never left YouTube. Every fucking time you said you were going to leave YouTube, we kind of knew you were coming back. This time I thought it might be different. Boy, was I a fucking fool. But there was something in the back of my head saying, he's going to sneak back. He's going to sneak back with a channel that we just don't know about, and somebody will find it. That's what happened. Mr. No Face.
You're upset. And for order of magnitude to sit there and say that, we all have busy lives and we work and we have real lives. Should we waste time going after love or blah blah blah? Like, dude, you don't have lives because this is the only kind of content that you guys make.
Why is everything about content? Order of magnitude has been busy the last while, doing things to a house. Master Shredder is busy all the time doing things to houses. What the fuck? Oh, it's the dog. I'm trying to see a ghost, but it's my dog in the background. You scared the shit out of me. Hello. Master Shredder doesn't have time for big long live streams and stuff like that. He was putting out, you know, these short videos and stuff like that. Then he gets back to his work. He doesn't spend all the time fucking thinking about you. He's other things to think about. Same with myself. I've got other channels that I work with. I have my dog that I bring down to the beach and go swimming and everything. And I've got a family, actually. So, swivel on it, bitch.
Is you only make videos about people you don't like all day?
All day? No. Cecil, you like stretching the... You like to exaggerate. To try and make yourself look good and try and make us out to be fucking worse than we are. You've done it every time and it never worked. Because we always knew you were just full of shite. But the thing is, you're just coming out with just shite. Bring us some receipts and then we can talk to you like. But you never do. There's no point in arguing with you when you don't bring receipts. Stop talking, bring receipts. You know, we've got all our receipts in the one little package. Random news. If we need to bring receipts, we can go over there and get them. You, on the other hand, you you guys are mentally ill. That's not receipts.
Let's keep it real. That's the facts. You guys don't make real content. You have nothing really meaningful nothing. Like, if you was to pass away by like a car wreck or something tomorrow, would you be able to say to yourself, I'm proud of what I left behind on Earth for the world?
Yes, actually. Yes. What's your point?
On social media, can you say that you left a legacy for the?
Yeah, there was times there when I was doing some of the paranormal stuff. There was one lady, and she's disabled. She can't get out and stuff like that. And she says, "I really appreciate you showing us different places and stuff like that, because I can't get out. I'm just disabled and that." So I started doing other content, bringing the camera to interesting places. And I've done that so other people that can't get out or can't, you know, I'm in a different country, as you fucking know, in London, France, and it's you know, it's different to America and Australia and all that kind of stuff. They appreciate me going out and showing places and stuff like that. I've got interesting videos. Like, what's your fucking point? Are you saying that we've all been just focusing on fucking fighting with you? That would not be a good legacy to leave behind. I've got other channels. Master Shredder. What would Master Shredder leave behind? He would leave behind a fucking, you know, a legacy of hard work that hasn't been on YouTube. It's not all about fucking YouTube, Cecil. It's, you know, everyday life is, you know, you leave things behind. You leave legacies behind. Why are we talking about this? I've just recently gone through a debt myself. Can we move on from this subject, for fuck's sake?
World? Or can you say that all you left was selfishness, trolling for your own gratitude?
But the thing is, all you have left behind on most of your channels is this kind of over and back fucking fighting. And if you come up with videos like this where you don't fucking explain who you're talking to, nobody's going to know who you're talking about. Do you know? It's not making any sense. But most of you could go out and go camping. You've gone out camping a number of times, and I thought we would see the campgrounds, the forest and stuff like that. You know, the Bigfoot forest? I was fucking looking forward to seeing that. Instead, you stood on top of a hill and put your camera down, make yourself look like a little munchkin and that, and started fucking attacking us on top of this fucking hill with trees and stuff. Do you know, I was looking forward to seeing the fucking Bigfoot forest. But, you know, I'm asking too much when I'm asking those things from Cecil. You had plenty of opportunities for fucking great content. Do you know? Fucking looking into the Bigfoot forest and the Bigfoot fucking you know, the stories and all that kind of stuff. You could have told those stories around the fucking campfire. You could have made fucking great content. But no, you had to take a couple of minutes, sneak away so that your wife doesn't see you, and go into the woods and then fucking whinge about us. It's fucking crazy, like. Do you know? And if you have done fucking videos like you done, you know, you visited paranormal locations, it's all overshadowed by your bullshit, like. It's all overshadowed by you fucking fighting with us, when all you have to do is just take accountability and just fucking move on, like.
Your own gratification. That's all you can say. Is the people I didn't like, I harassed, and I succeeded. It's I, me, I. That's the only legacy that you can leave. There's not large amounts of people who like you guys. You're not talented. You don't have anything great to offer the world.
But the thing is, you can't say that we don't have talent. You don't know anything about our private lives, because we don't share our private lives. Most of us don't, anyway. Do you know? You don't know what I do behind when the cameras are turned off. Absolutely nothing. You know nothing about it. So you can't say we're not talented. You can't say that Random Muse isn't talented, because I don't know anything about his personal life. I don't even know what he looks like. But he's a fucking brilliant editor. And he deserves more than 3.7. Is it 3.7 thousand subs? He deserves a lot. He should have a lot of subs. Do you know? If he can cover some of the current topics that have been talked about, he'll take off. Do you know? He's not going to fucking grow. He's not going to grow talking about you, because his numbers talking about you is actually lower than talking about Candace Starner. That's how important you are. You're not important, Cecil.
All dog shit.
Oh, I was going to say about Master Shredder. Master Shredder works fucking day in, day out. You know, with this properties and stuff. He does a lot. He's fucking talented. He's running a company. He's got people working for him. He does a lot of good work. It's not on YouTube. I don't know why I'm even arguing with you, Cecil, because you're full of shit most of the time. You're an empty kettle that makes a load of fucking noise, and none of it makes any sense.
That's all you have to offer the world.
No. You see, that's you just attacking us for attacking sake, and not fucking thinking about what you say. Why should we fucking listen to the fucking shite you've been talking about? And why did I spend hours doing this video where all you do is come up with shit like that? That is the most stupid thing. Stupid thing that you've come out with.
Because that's all you put out on YouTube is dog shit.
But Cecil, we don't have to put out our lives on YouTube. People make legacies that nobody knows on YouTube. You don't have to. See, that's where your problem is, Cecil. You're sharing too much of your fucking life on YouTube. We know too much about you. You should keep your private life private. Do you know? And people that have private lives have talents, Cecil. I'm not arguing with you.
Talk about how you don't like and why.
Fuck.
The people that you don't like. That's the only videos y'all make.
But see,
about shit you don't like, people you don't like, and why you don't like them.
No. Cecil, I've said a number of times I got more than one channel. And the thing is, Cecil, making YouTube videos don't represent our life. When we turn off the camera, we don't think about you, because you're not worth thinking about. You know, because you're just a compulsive liar. Why would we be thinking about you all the fucking time? What a life that would be. Master Shredder doesn't think about you all the time. He's got other things to think about. Business things. Family things. Similar order of magnitude. He's got a family and stuff. Why would he fucking go thinking about you all the fucking time? You're not that important, Cecil. Even though you might think you are.
That's all. You're not even real content creators.
Yes, some of us are, actually. But that's a bit rich coming from you, Cecil. You don't edit videos. You started this video off talking to somebody and we don't even know who you're talking to. I still don't know who you're talking to. All you do is use this like Twitter. Except for it's just a video version of Twitter. Do you know? Maybe you should just go over there and just fucking do your tweets instead of this shite here. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Cecil. Do you know? Fucking some of us do edit videos. Fuck's sake, and we don't do them about you.
You're shitheads with cameras. Period.
That's basically it. It's over. It's done. Fuck's sake. That was probably a big massive waste of time, but I just thought I'd cover it again. What we got is, round 50 or 60 or whatever, where Cecil decides to poke the bear and just come out with the same old shit again. Hoping that we would fucking argue with him and that. There's no point in arguing with the most of the points, because he just doesn't come up with receipts. He calling people liars, etc, etc, etc. There's no point in calling people liars without bringing receipts. At any given time we can bring up receipts for what we're talking about. And that's what Random News has done with his videos on, you know, on Cecil and that. And the stuff he's doing with other people and that, you know, it's just the amount of work that he's gone into it. I just don't have the time for it. You know what I mean? I just don't have the time to and energy to put into fucking Cecil in that kind of way. Just to react to. I just react to the videos as they come up and stuff like that. That's the way Order of Magnitude done. But we're reacting to fresh content and stuff like that. You know, Random News is more structured, where he would say, last week we were talking about this, now since then this has happened and blah blah blah, and bringing up the clips. And everything is just sewn together absolutely perfect. Can't say he's not talented, he's fucking brilliant, you know. At the end of the day, on this channel here, I'm just a commentator. That's all I'm doing. I'm just commentating, you know, not putting fucking. I used to fucking put pieces together and clip them and that. It just took too long, you know. But you know, thought he might go away this time and thought it was over and that. Facebook wasn't really coming up much, but yeah, he's back. He just decided he would sneak back, and somebody just found him. You know, the only reason I got these videos is because I was tagged on them. It was Master Shredder that shared them. You know, it's a channel with 30 subscribers. You know, and it's at the squiggly at no face. You know, but that I'm gonna leave it for now. When I started, it was bright. Now it's dark. Me just spent way too long on this. What am I going to do with this channel moving forward? I don't flipping know. I don't want to be arguing with Cecil all the time. Because even Random News decides, you know, we're not going to talk about Cecil this week. We're going to talk about Candace Starr and what she's been up to, and Jedediah Brown. Which he says in the middle of it, I don't want this video to be 3 hours long, and it ended up 2 hours and 58 minutes. And that must have took a long time. So, you know, shout out. A lot of hard work. You know, I hope someday it pays off for you. I'm going to leave a link at the end of this video to Random News' channel, and maybe a couple of others. And yeah, I'll talk to you next time. Good to see, you know, it's not just the Cecil thing, it was just kind of, there was a community and everybody was nice and everything. Hopefully we can keep the community together, even if we go off and talk about other things. We'll see how it goes anyway. But anyway, I'm going to go and talk to you soon. Bye bye.